Hello, I'm Matt Brown, Product Manager with Telecommunications, and today we're going to talk about our FIP100 video inspection probe for fiber connectors. This is our FIP100 Fiber Inspection Probe Kit. It comes with the FIP100 itself, a retracting lanyard. It comes with a single Sam Charlie UPC Bulkhead tip and a Sam Charlie Bulkhead. It has a little storage canister for the tip and a power supply. To operate the FIP100, you do need to be connected to it via Wi-Fi on a mobile device, Android or iOS, and then you simply launch the FIP100 app from Tempo.com. So in the basic kit, we include a Sam Charlie Bulkhead tip and a Sam Charlie Bulkhead such that you're able to go up to the panel or device that you're trying to inspect and inspect it with the bulkhead tip. And then if you need to inspect the patch cord that you're going to connect, you can simply use the bulkhead adapter to mate the jumper onto the probe. Once we're plugged in, we simply press the button on the side of the probe. The FIP100 autofocuses, then it's going to capture the image and analyze it and provide a pass-fail result. And here we have some things on the screen, on the fiber, but it's a passing result. This is the Sam Charlie UPC Bulkhead. We do have a dedicated Sam Charlie UPC patch cord tip, but again, we don't include it in the basic kit because with just the adapter and the bulkhead tip, you can do both sides. We also have Sam Charlie APC tips, and you can see that the Sam Charlie UPC tips are color-coded blue to match the blue adapter. So if you're looking in your bag for a tip and you have multiple, you'll know easily which one to find. The Sam Charlie APC tips are color-coded green to match the adapter and color coding of the APC connectors. To put the tips on, you do place the tip over the top of the probe and you do rotate it until the key falls into the slot on the tip. It's a common mistake to try and secure the tip with the key not engaged and you won't get a good engagement on the tip. So with this Sam Charlie APC tip, we have 4 key positions because it's square and you might want to be oriented in a number of different directions depending on how you're approaching that connector. Here I've attached the tip with the key mark at the top where my pass-fail LED is, and that key mark is how I align to the Sam Charlie APC adapter. I align it up to the top of the key on the APC adapter. So once I'm in, I just press the button to go live again, and now I'm back in a live image. I press the button again, I'm going to autofocus, auto capture, analyze, and provide a pass-fail result. In the outside plant, public networks, or some ruggedized connectivity systems, it's common to see the Corning OptiTap ruggedized connector, which is really a Sam Charlie APC inside a hardened shell. We have a tip to address this. Again, this tip is also 4-way keyed, so I can attach it in whatever rotation is most useful for me, however I want it aligned on my probe. It really only matters to whether you can see the pass-fail LED or not. So I go live, I insert into the OptiTap connector, and this is keyed. So I do need to gently dial it around until it goes in. But once in, I've got a pretty solid alignment and mate to the OptiTap connector, or the OptiTap port, and I get a quick and a fast test result. We're starting to see APC connectivity move into the small form factor LC versus the Sam Charlie, and we have a LC APC tip and patch cord tip. So I'm going to demo this APC connector in this bulkhead. Even though the bulkhead is blue, it still works. And there's a physical key on this LC tip, so it can only go in one way. And somebody touched their connector. So I'll test it anyway, just to show you the results, and we failed. It is most common to see not APC LC connectors, but PC LC connectors, either blue for single mode or Aqua for multi-mode. And we have a tip and a patch cord tip for the standard LC, and it's not keyed, although it is square to fit into the LC adapter. So that's LC UPC. It is very common to see LC connectors in a duplex configuration, as in two LCs being a single pair that are joined. It's also very common to see LC applications be quite dense with very close neighbors. In a dense connectivity situation, the standard LC tip cannot fit because the back end is too wide. So we have a long reach, narrow access LC tip that I'm showing here that allows you to access the single port next to, oh, I hit the button twice. It allows you to access a single LC or a pair of LCs in a very dense configuration. We also have the ability to inspect multi-fiber connectivity. That's MPO connectivity, sometimes called MTP. So we see that MPO or MTP being used for very dense applications because it can have 12 or 24 or 8 or 16 or 32 fibers on the single connector. We see it used often when the customers are using a QSFP or a QSFP-DD transceiver, which has an MPO interface on the front instead of an LC interface. Our tip kit for the MPO includes a base unit, which is where the optics are and where I pan across the fibers on the MPO. It includes a multi-mode or a flat polished front end and an APC front end for single mode applications. Most single mode MPOs are angled. And we also include a small MPO adapter to make inspection easier. So to make you, the same as we do with the regular kit, so you can inspect path cords. So I simply send my guy live. Now I'm viewing the end face of this connector. If I were out of focus, I would simply hit the autofocus button, and not the test button, but the autofocus button. I'll get well focused under the surface of the MPO. And then I use this top knob if my array of fibers is not centered, right? That's my y-axis. And then I use this x-axis to scroll along the array. So I don't test the fibers on the MPO. I just use my eyes and this image to determine whether it's clean or not. I can see I've got something on this fiber right here, so I would want to clean this, but I'll go ahead and inspect the rest of the array. And you just, calmly and gently pan across the 12 fibers on the MPO and visually check for contamination or damage on the fibers. There's some more on that fiber, some more on that fiber, so this guy needs a clean. If I had a 12 fiber, this is a 12 fiber MPO. If I had a 24 fiber MPO, there would be 2 rows of fibers. So I would pan across one row and then I'd move up to pan across the other row. That's our solution for inspecting and verifying cleanliness on MPO connectors. It is sometimes the case that even though you have the right tip for the connector you're inspecting, it's difficult to access that connector. Perhaps it's mounted almost flush with the wall, or you've got to get into a tray and along past some cable management. So we have this 60-degree angled universal adapter. I'm showing it here attached to the Sam Charlie UPC tip, but you can use the APC tip, the LC tips, the long reach LC tip. This optical adapter just translates the image back to the camera from the focus point, doing it at a 60-degree angle. So again, perhaps you've got a difficult mounting situation where you have to come in and around something, and this tip lets you access those tough to reach or difficult to access connectors. And again, I get a pretty good image. There are many, many other types of connectivity out in networks around the globe. At Tempo, we do have the ability to access additional tips to address custom or esoteric connectivity. For example, these 2 examples of what are called very small form factor connectors, the MDC or the SN, are becoming popular, and we have access to a tip set that enables us to inspect either of these. In this scenario, we would use a standard tip, a standard extended tip on the probe, and depending on the connectivity, we would use a guide that matches that adapter set, and then just apply the probe to that guide to inspect the product behind. And in this case, I have a top, I have a top, and then I have a bottom. So again, this is just one example of esoteric or new connectivity that you may encounter. And if you have something like this and you go to our website and you don't see the tip listed, please give us a call because we do have access to an extensive range of further tips. For technical support, visit us at tempocom.com or call 1-800-642-2155.